Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Make sure that everything is running properly. Yep, everything's looking good. Welcome back to another 1 p.m. PST YouTube stream. I'm your host, Strange Bear Jim. And today we're going to be getting back into some Pega certification studies. We have some Unreal Engine studies after that. We're going to be uploading some more videos or, making them public. Still haven't heard back about, my email situation right at this moment in time, so I can't really do anything with the website at this point, so that's going to have to stay on hold for now. So maybe we'll just talk about something else altogether. And then, of course, later on tonight, we got Honkai Star, not Honkai Star Rail, we got Genshin Impact. Where probably not going to be doing too much in terms of multiplayer, because Blackheart and I are really going to be trying to really work on trying to get Primo Gems to try one last attempt on the current banner. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it because that's a lot of Primo Gems, and that's probably not going to happen. But oh well. You're here for some Pega certification studies, or at least if you're watching this video afterwards on YouTube, that's what this is all about. So let's get into it, shall we? So who am I? What are these videos all about? And so on and so forth. So um, I'm an currently unemployed software developer whose last job was working in the Pega environment. We were given an authorized training partner that wasn't really that effective. um, Pretty much everybody on the team went self-study because we were having some issues with the trainer. We discussed our issues with said trainer. The guy's coworkers knew that even he was messing up with them. Uh, so one would have thought that, hey, because this entire class is having issues with said trainer, maybe we should put him back into another training cycle. But no, they didn't do that. So they pushed us directly out into a contract, which I felt was a mistake on their part. But not much I can really say about it. It's their money, it's their what they want to do. So, um, but we tried to explain that we were having issues with our current authorized training partner. A lot of us wanted to go back into another training cycle with a different training partner to learn Pega properly, to do a good job when out on the market, but they didn't want to do that. So they pushed us out in the contract. At that point in time, I was like going, okay, well, I still don't have my certification at that time. The one and only time that they forced me to take it, I knew that I wasn't ready for it. I had not covered all the material myself on it yet. Um, so when I took it, I failed it. I got 6 more questions than a minimum, or the maximum amount of questions missed, and then I missed 6 more than that. Um, so if I had gotten 6 more questions right, I probably could have passed it with you know, on the borderline. Not exactly an ideal situation because you know, if you're trying to get the Pega system architect, um, and I wouldn't really like to get 65% on my exam. That's pretty bad. Just saying. Um, but I didn't even get 65%. But I told them I was not ready for it. I knew that I was going to fail it, but they wanted me to take it anyway, or they would let me go. And I wanted to keep my job as well, so I took it. I failed it. I never took it again. And that's my fault for not really pushing myself again to continue trying to learn as much as I could and self-study to get to a point where I could take it. That's what this is all about. That's what these videos are all about. I'm pushing myself to get through all of the Pega Academy so that I would eventually be able to retake the exam, spend my own money, pass the exam, and get that certification. So that's the plan. I'm not an authorized training partner. This is not meant for an instructor-led training. So if you're watching this hoping that it is, I'm sorry to disappoint, but it is not. I'm trying to learn and trying to go for the certification, much like anybody else that's first starting out. I welcome anybody that is a veteran, manager, whatnot, to continue helping me out, answering my questions, or provide any kind of constructive feedback. I would love it. Um, I welcome it, so please do so. If you are part of the Pega community, I will do what I can to, um, I will, gladly listen to read your answers and so on and so forth. So, um, okay, concerning the dashboard, um, the business architect is done. Okay, if you're coming into this video for the first time, business architect has been completed. Check out the description down below. I've put a link to the playlist there, or you can just go to my channel, go to the playlist for the Pega certification, and you will see that I've covered all the 2 missions and 2 modules already. So you're welcome to go through all those videos and study up on them as much as you want to. Again, feel free to ask any questions if you want. I will do my best to try to answer them if I can. If I can't, then I will, go back to my past coworkers and ask if they know the answers. So, I still have contact with them, so it's okay. If I don't know it, I know people that can. So, now the 2 modules here are about the Pega Express delivery. I would recommend that you go through this particular mission because I don't think these 2 modules covers enough of it. So just bear that in mind when you want to take the business architect certification. So I wish you luck on that. But my main goal is getting the system architect certification. We're very close to the end, as you can see, 90% complete. There is one challenge that I still have not gotten any reply back on. The localizing the UI form. It was not taking my change, so I don't know what I can really do about that. But we have this last challenge here before we get into the mission exercise and the system architect. Now, tomorrow we're going to go through the full mission exercise, from start to finish. So there's not going to be any Unreal tomorrow concerning this. So just bear that in mind. And as well as probably the next day as well, just getting through the mission test. So, and then we'll get into, um, post studies, trying to look up mock exams and so on and so forth, getting ourselves really, informed as to, what, you know, might be on the exam, what we might need to cover, so on and so forth. So, okay. So we are creating and setting application variables here in the here in this challenge. Now, Now, we're going to be going through all the detailed tasks and so on and so forth and setting that all up using instance. There is this challenge walkthrough that I will not use unless I'm absolutely confused as to what they did. Okay. Like if they skip a step in the detailed tasks that I'm not quite sure how they go about doing that, then I will look through the walkthrough. Okay, and hope that they will show what they did. But more often than not, I don't really use this. So you can if you want to, but one would hope that the detailed tasks here are enough to get you through the challenge itself, and hopefully you learn as much as you can about it to pass it. So the scenario is the GoGo Road stakeholders want a quick way to control the application behavior of the assistance request case type that uses a custom condition to skip enter payment information process for customers with a gold membership. The, the business expects that the name of the membership may change in the future, and they want to control the behavior without modifying any code. To achieve this requirement, create a configuration set and configuration setting for the gold membership and update the process to use the new settings. Following table provides the credentials that you need to complete the challenge. So here's the standard password that they like to use, and once again, we're back to the author, which is interesting because, um, the previous challenge wasn't author. They switched over to like tester or something like that. Just a little weird, but whatever. All right, so there's author. Let's go. Now, obviously, the login will take a while, so we're gonna we're gonna have our work. That will take some time to process, so we'll just kind of be wait patiently while it handles that. Um, Now, again, I well the I want to state, see now we're getting closer and closer to the end here. Um, these challenges will not be on the certification exam. They're not going to care about your challenges or anything along those lines. They're not going to tell you like, hey, where can you find where to lock a rule set or anything along those lines. They're not going to care about that. Okay, they're not going to care, you know, um, the steps that it might take in order to you know even create a new case type. Okay, it doesn't matter to them. They're not going to be worried about that. Okay, so um, just know that you know the certification is more in line with the topics and the module quizzes, and that's it. Um, so these challenges are more for your benefit than anything else. Okay, and you use them so that you are well prepared for on the job work. Okay, so don't skip these challenges because they are still useful for you. So, or at least I hope you think of them as very useful for you. If anything, I would recommend that you take these instances and you use them to your fullest capacity. Okay, they don't really, you know, I don't think they really restrict you too much as to what you can do with the instances. So just go ham on it. Just have fun with making a new case type if you wanted to. Build a banking application on with an instance or something along those lines. It won't last, obviously. Um, so I think they reset it like every 24 hours or something like that. So neither or is it 24 hours or 7 days? I don't know. Either way, um, it's not going to stay there for very long. So don't think of it as like, hey, I'm going to build this and I'm going to be able to present it um, to future employees or future employers and say, hey, this is what I made. It doesn't work that way. Um, but you can get to learn how to actually use the Pega environment. So use that to your advantage. So in the navigation pane of the App Studio, click Settings and Configurations to open the Configurations landing page. So we are going to Settings and then Configurations. And here's the configurations landing page. As you can see, there is nothing here. So on the configurations landing page, click Manage Configuration Sets and open the Configuration Sets dialog box. So seeing that we don't have any current sets right at this moment in time, we can't even add a configuration. Notice how that is completely grayed out. So I had a question, I think, the day before, um, when we were kind of going over the topic as to whether or not you can actually add configurations without having a configuration set. Well, this just proves that no, you cannot add a configuration without having at least one configuration set. So here's the configuration set. Um, you can sort by name, you can sort by number settings, but obviously that doesn't really matter. We're going to click add and add a new set name. So that's that. The step 3 was pretty much a given. So in the configuration set name field, enter paid membership. Okay, so we'll take that. We'll go ahead and paste that there. So there we go. Okay, so here's our new set. Here's the number of settings, which we don't have any right at this moment in time. Now, we could add more if we wanted to, but obviously that's probably not what they're going to want. They want us to click OK to close the dialog box, and then on the configuration landing page, we add the configuration to open the create configuration dialog box. So, um, wait. Oh, okay. Click OK, and then close the dialog box. Okay. There isn't necessarily like a close there except for the X, so yeah, okay. Add configuration. Notice how there's no shown sets here. You know, they're not showing anything yet because we haven't associated um, anything with paid membership yet. So in the create configuration dialog box, complete the following details. In the name field, enter gold. In the description field, enter gold membership coverage level. And the configuration set list, select paid membership. In the configuration scope list, select case type and assistance request. So you want case type and assistance request. Notice how it's in the configuration scope also had application, meaning that it was going to be, for all of, everything. Every single case type that there was, it was going to be, you could create a configuration that handled all of it, right? So bear that in mind in the future if you ever need that. But you might not need to. So depends on the scope of your particular project. So um, confirm that the type field is set to text single line. Confirm that the default value on a list is set to constant. So text constant, and in the default value field, enter gold. Okay, so we have text, we have constant, and it doesn't necessarily tell you, but that's where gold goes. They say, default value field. Well, it's like, okay, in some ways it'd be nice to have, like maybe a box around this entire thing or something like that to kind of show like, hey, this is covering all of the default value, not just, you know, typically whenever you see a label over, one particular box or, you know, or something, it's typically, you know, referencing that one particular field, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that it would, you know, show the other either. So, in my opinion, they really should kind of maybe put like a small little tiny line box around this. Same with the configuration scope. You know, just so you are very much aware of um, you know what um, what's being contained. That's all. Okay, so we click submit, and that's it. We're not even, apparently we're not going to even go into the advanced. You can change the ID apparently. So, if you don't want the ID of gold, you can change it up a little bit. Like you can say gold configuration paid membership or something along those lines. Because gold is a very generic ID. So, um, like, think of it this way. Um, if someone was to come and look at this particular application for the first time, they're looking through the IDs and stuff like that, trying to see what everything's been built or something like that. They're going to see the gold ID and go, what the hell is that all about? So that's why I personally would probably change this to, say like, gold configuration paid membership or something like that. Something to kind of add more here to make it very distinctive based off of where it is, but that's me. But we move on anyway. They don't want us to bother with it, so um, okay, we're done with task number 1. Moving on to task number 2 here. So update the start conditions of the enter payment information process. In the navigation pane of App Studio, click Case Types to open the Case Type Explorer. Click the Assistance Request Case Type to open the Assistance Request Case Type lifecycle. Okay, so we're going to Case Types. We're going to Assistance Request. On the Assistance Request Case Type, in the Create stage, click the Enter Payment Information Process. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that you can modify here, or at least I don't think so. So, um, in the configuration pane on the right, in the start process, otherwise skip, click the gear icon to display the configuration condition dialog box. Oh, they want me to do the process, not the stage, or not the step. My bad. Okay, so we want that, which changes that, which um Start process. Okay, so we're sticking with the custom condition. They don't necessarily outright state that, um which is a little concerning that they don't outright state that. Um, because I mean, if you go to like existing condition, obviously the gear icon disappears on that. Same with always. So, I mean, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you didn't know that always in existing didn't have the gear icon, then you'd be wondering, where it is. But, I guess, because the other two don't have it, you don't have to worry about it. So I'll let it slide, but it's still it probably would be good for them to basically state, maybe why, one, we're using the custom condition, and two, why these two wouldn't really work either. The always and existing condition, why those wouldn't necessarily work. But they've already stated that they don't really do too much in the challenges. They really keep it very minimum. So I wouldn't expect them to change that. So we move on. In the configure condition dialog box, complete the following details. In the field list, select configurations, paid membership, gold, paid membership to use the configuration. Okay. Configuration, paid membership, gold, paid membership. Okay. Confirm that the comparator list is not equal to, which it is. To the right of the value field, click the gear icon to display selected values. Okay. In the type list, select another field. Um, in the value list, select fields, customer ID, and then coverage level. So fields, customer ID, coverage level. And then click submit to close the select values dialog box. And then we most likely click it again. Although it's probably good for you to kind of double check your work here, make sure that it is matching up here. So, gold paid membership is not equal to customer ID dot coverage level. So make sure that it looks the same on that. Otherwise, like if this one is different in some way, and then apparently you picked the wrong one. But we're just going to go ahead and click submit there to close the configuration condition dialog box, and then we click save to save the assistance request case type. So there we go. Notice how the gold paid membership is not equal to customer is right up here. So now we confirm our work. So on the assistance request case type, click Save and Run to begin a new assistance request case. So, Save and Run. And advance the case to the enter customer information step. Enter customer information step. Select Jim Mitchell as the account ID. This account ID is associated with the gold coverage. So we're going to do the flat tire again. Here's our customer information, which we check, and we click J Metro, which we see coverage level is gold. Advance the case to the select service provider step. Click the service stage to confirm that the enter payment information process is skipped. So we'll just kind of go right on through here. And there it is. Enter payment information has been skipped. Now here's where, you know, like, hey, we got it confirmed. The problem with this particular challenge, though, is that, you know, that this has been done before. Okay. When you went to, you know, the um, when you went through the, previous Pega challenges, whenever you selected the gold standard, it would always skip the payment information no matter what. So, on one hand, I'm like going, oh, okay, we did what we needed to do. It skips this, no problem. But at the same time, I'm wondering, well, here's the problem. It was already doing it. So, you know, um, it probably would have been good if we had seen, um, like, here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, um, can I not remove? Okay, I'm going to remove this. Okay, I'm going to delete it, submit it. Okay, we're going to close because we don't, please tell me that I want to delete, and that's it. Stop stop considering that I want to do anything more here, there, window. Maybe I'll just kind of do this. Um, or oh God, trying to delete this is problematic. It's not letting me just delete this condition. I don't care about selecting the highlighted field. I shouldn't necessarily need to do this there, guys. If I want to leave it blank, I should be able to leave it blank. I don't need to have something here. So, oh my gosh. And this is why I sometimes have a problem with Pega. you can add stuff into the Pega environment, but it's really really difficult to delete something. Um, and that's a problem. Um, they really need to work on how to handle deletion from their application because this is pathetic. I'm trying to delete the row and not have any configuration conditions whatsoever on this. All right. Can I go? No, apparently not. All right. Let me see if the pig community has a I have time, so I might as well look this up. Um, Pega custom condition deleting. Um, okay, you know what? What we're gonna do is we are going to just go to configurations itself and let's just maybe delete this. Yes, delete. There we go. Now let's see. How does this how does the process handle this now? It's still showing this you know this rule in here, but this should give an error because this is no longer a condition. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll run through this and we'll see what happens with this. Okay, because with it out of the way, the gold coverage should technically go into the payment process, right? Because if it works the way it needs to work, then um, yeah, it's still skipping the enter payment information still. So the configurations, even though technically it's deleted, the case type is still holding on to that particular um, rule, and I don't want it anymore. I want to remove said condition, and um, and I find that to be a problem. So, so I'm gonna suggest an edit. Um, would recommend seeing that if you select the gold membership in the past, it would... Okay, hold on. Seeing that if you select a gold membership in the past, it would automatically skip the payment in past challenges already, would recommend that you confirm prior to starting the challenge that the gold membership is now getting to the payment information. Otherwise, we would question whether or not we truly changed anything. Um, um, After completing the challenge, I tried to delete the process condition, but it wasn't letting me delete the condition, which I find odd. And I even went back to the configuration set and removed and deleted the full set and condition, but the process condition didn't care. It still remained after the gold paid membership was deleted. This is a bug that I hope that you fix. Because that process condition should be gone, or it should be giving a very major error saying, there is no condition anymore. So um, try to say that I needed to fill in the blanks, but I didn't want to. I wanted to remove it. Close also didn't work on it. Uh, Uh, so basically, what I would recommend to them, or what I just did, okay, is that in the past, when we selected the Jim Mitchell, it was already skipping the enter payment information. You know, so how are we supposed to know that, what we changed is actually doing anything, you know? Because we don't really know. It was doing that for us automatically in the past. So how are we supposed to know that, what we did with the whole configuration condition and so on and so forth did, does what it's meant to, you know? We don't really know, you know, basically, we don't know perfectly about it. We're going to be looking at it and going, did we? Did we really change it? Or is there still some like code, like somewhere in the background that we're not necessarily seeing that is still handling that whole gold membership coverage level? You know, there's no confirmation there. What I would recommend that they do here, you know, is basically do this, you know, um, confirming that the gold membership will get into the enter payment information at the very beginning to confirm that, hey, we no longer have that condition, from past challenges. So, this is we need to fix that now. Or we're showing you how we did it in the past. Otherwise, otherwise, what they really should do is, basically say, hey, all of our challenges that have anything concerning the gold coverage should automatically go into the payment information, no matter what. Okay, and basically say, hey, um, we'll eventually get to the point where, we're gonna fix that, just not now. Or, or put, or put this, this entire topic, you know, um, put these last two topics here of creating and setting application variables at the very beginning. Move it up the list so people can kind of see, put it in the low code app builder or something like that, you know, so that people can know that, this is something that you can do early on. I don't know. Well, that's going to be it for the Pega certification. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Unreal. So I want to thank everybody for watching this installment of the Pega certification studies. Um, Stay tuned tomorrow for some more, um, for an extended version of Pega. So be prepared that it's going to be a long, long process there, folks. So if that's something of interest to you, then stay tuned for that. If you're watching this later on YouTube, just know that there's going to be a extremely long video, for the next one, to handle the exercise, and then another one for the test. So be prepared on that. But we're gonna go ahead and switch on over to the Unreal. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you give a like and subscribe to help out with the YouTube algorithm. Um, Check out the description for social media links and the like. But that is going to be it for tonight. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. Until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I'll catch you strangers next time.